Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss some new topics related to the chapter motion. In the previous lecture, we have already studied about the topics speed and the velocity. So quickly we will revise the previous topics. So the speed, as we know that speed is the ratio of the distance upon the time, distance and the time. So the ratio of the distance or the time gives us the value of the speed. Speed is a scalar quantity. It will not have any direction. Similarly, whenever we are talking about the velocity term, so velocity, basically if we define the simplified term, velocity is a speed with direction. A speed with direction. That means whenever we are having magnitude value as well as we are having the direction in a direction, then we are having the term velocity. So whenever we are having any of the quantity containing magnitude as well as the direction, so that quantity will under the vector quantity. So velocity is a type of vector quantity. Velocity is basically the ratio of the displacement or the time. Nah? So these topic we have already covered in the previous lecture. Now we'll talk about the next topic, that is average speed. So whenever we are talking about the average speed, it is a measure of the total distance. So whenever we are talking about the total distance covered in a given time, that means speed during the whole journey is defined as the average speed. What is average speed? Average means median of all values. That means it is the measure of total distance covered in a given time. That means whenever we are not talking about only one point, whenever we are talking about the whole journey, then we have to calculate their not speed that will gives by the average speed. So average speed is the ratio of the total distance upon total time taken during the journey. So if we simplify this term, so we can see that basically speed, what is the difference between speed and the velocity, speed and the average speed? Basically if we define speed is a one time measurement, speed is a one time measurement, but whenever we are talking about the whole journey, then we have to calculate the value of the average speed. So we can understand the phenomena by the difference between the speed and the average speed is the one time measurement of speed is the one time measurement, while average speed is the median measurement of the different speeds, median measurement with the different speeds. So whenever we are having very long journeys, so our speed is basically at the whole journey our speed is not constant. That means if we are moving with a speed of 40 kilometer per hour, so this 40 kilometer per hour will not remains constant during the long journey. So sometimes we are having the speed of 20 kilometer per hour. In the some places we are having the journey, during the journey we are having, at some places we are having the speed of the 60 kilometer per hour. So we are having whole, during the whole journey we are having the different speeds at the different places. So whenever we are just trying to say what is the average speed during the journey, so average speed is the median of the all varying speed, median of the all varying speed, which basically used to simplify the varying speed. Why we are using the term average speed? This term is basically used to simplify the different varying speed. Simplify the different varying speed in a single speed. In a single speed. So, for the example, if you are if you are having very long journey, then at the some time we are having the speed of the 60 kilometers, sometimes we are having the speed of the 80 kilometer. Then what we say that during the journey, what is our average speed? So we can calculate the average speed by the total distance covered. That means total distance between the starting point to the final point upon the total time taken during the journey. So that value will gives us the average speed. So by that formula, we can say that during the journey we are having the average speed of the 20 kilometer per hour. We are having the average speed of the 40 kilometer per hour. So what is average speed? It is the median measurement of the different speed. It is the median measurement of the different speed. What is the speed? Speed is a one time measurement. That means if we are moving from home to market, right? So what is our speed? So this is the distance of the, suppose this is the distance of the 1 kilometer, and we are moving the distance of the 1 kilometer from our home to the market in 1 hour. So what is our speed? 1 kilometer per hour is our speed. Now, so speed is the one time measurement, but average speed is the median of the measurement of the different speed, median measurement of the different speed. So how will we calculate the value of the speed? Average speed. So to calculate the value of the average speed, we are having the formula, that is the total distance upon the total time taken. That, so this is the phenomena which we are having as the average speed. After that, similar term, we are having the velocity. Now we are having the value of the average velocity. So average velocity, what is average velocity? Average velocity is denoted by VAV. We can define this term by the VAV. Basically, whenever we are talking about the symbols of the speed and the velocity, so speed and the velocity both are symbolized by the U or V. So now what is the difference between U and V? U is defined for the initial velocity. U is symbolized by the initial velocity, and V is symbolized for the final velocity of the final speed or the velocity of the object. Basically, speed and the velocity, both terms are symbolized by the same symbols, that is U and V. U for the initial velocity or the speed, and V for the final velocity and the speed. Done? So whenever we are talking about the average velocity, so average velocity is basically the ratio of the total displacement upon time taken. Total displacement upon time taken. So for the example, with the help of the example, we can understand the phenomena. Suppose we are moving from the point A to B. Right? So we are moving from the point A to B. That means we are moving 10 kilometer distance towards the east direction. We can say that because we are talking about the velocity, so we have to mention the direction also. So 10 kilometer towards the east. So whenever we are just pointing out the points, so we are moving from, suppose we are moving from A to B towards the east direction, and the distance between, total distance between A to B is the 10 kilometer. Right? And this distance is covered in the, basically in 2 hours. So whenever we are talking about the average velocity, so average velocity will be equals to the total displacement. That means the difference between final position to the initial position. So finally position, the distance between the final and the initial position, 10 kilometer per hour, and initial position is starting from the 0. So 10 kilometer minus 0 we can write down, and we can simply write down from for the 10 kilometer upon the time taken to cover the during the displacement will be equals to the 2 hour. 2 hour. So average velocity we are having 5 kilometer per hour. So we are having average velocity will be equals to the 5 kilometer per hour as by the definition of the velocity or the average velocity. Now in the second example, and in the second condition, we are having if an object is moving from A to B and finally it comes back to the point A, then our journey is starting from the point A and it ends to the point A. That means our initial and the final positions are the same. So as we studied about the condition of the displacement, that means whenever we are having same initial and the final positions, so the total displacement done by the object or the moving object will be equals to the 0. When when we are having the displacement 0, whenever we are having at any of the condition when the journey is starting from the point and ends to the same point, that means our initial and the final positions are the same. At this particular condition, we are having average, we are having the total displacement will be equals to the 0. How will we calculate the displacement? Displacement will be equals to the final position minus initial position. So whenever we are having the displacement 0, so the average velocity will be equals to the displacement upon time. So we are having the value of the displacement will be equals to 0 upon time will be equals to the 0 kilometer per hour or meter per second we can say. So here we are having the 0 for the second condition, the value of the average velocity. Now we will understand the both phenomena by one numerical. So what numerical we are having here? We are having Usha swims in a 90-meter long pool. She covers 180 meter in 1 minute by swimming from one end to the other end. Just understand the question. What is question is given to you? Swimming the distance, the length of the swimming pool is 90-meter long. The total length of the swimming pool is 90-meter long. She covers 180 meter in 1 minute by swimming from one end to the other end and back along the same straight path. Now we have to calculate average speed and the average velocity of the Usha. I hope you can understand the condition of the numerical. What is the condition given to you in numerical? Suppose the pool is starting from the point A and it ends to the point B. That means the total length of the pool will be equals to the 90 meter. Now Usha covers the distance of 180 meter 180 meter in 1 minute along one end to the other end and back along the straight path, back along the same straight path. That means Usha starts swim. Usha starts from the point A and move to the point B, and finally Usha comes back to the point A. So Usha, Usha is starting from the point A, done, and it moves to the point B, and finally it comes back to the point A. So we have to calculate the average speed of the Usha. So average speed will be equals to the total distance upon the total time taken. So how much distance Usha covered during the journey? That means Usha started from this point to this point, that is 90-meter long, and she finally comes back to the point A. That means again she covers 90 meter. That means total distance covered by the Usha will be equals to the 180 meter. Then and total time taken to cover 180-meter distance will be equals to the 1 minute. Now by the formulation, by the SI units, by the condition of the SI units, we know that if we are having the unit is in meter per second, that means here we are having the time is given to you in the minutes, so we have to change this time into the seconds. So 1 minute equals to the, we can write down here 1 minute equals to the 60 seconds. So we are having here 180 meter upon 60 seconds. That will gives you the value of the 3 meter per second. I hope you can understand the numerical. Now in the same condition we have to calculate the value of the average speed. So what is average? Average velocity. So average velocity will be equals to the total displacement done during the journey upon the total time taken. So if we see the condition of the numerical, Usha started the journey from point A, that is our initial position, it moves to the point B, and then finally it comes back to the point A. That means our initial and the final positions are the same. So whenever we are having the condition of the initial position and the final position will be the same. So what will be the total displacement done by the object or done by the Usha? That will be equals to the 0 because initial and the final positions are the same. So the total displacement done will be equals to the 0. So when we place this value in the equation or in the formula of the average velocity, so that will gives us the value of the 0 upon total time, that will gives you the 0 meter per second, or the average velocity will be of the object or the Usha will be equals to the 0. I hope you can understand the phenomena of the average velocity and the average speed by this numerical. So we are having many more conditions to understand the average velocity and average speed here. Now we'll move to our next topic, that is acceleration. Acceleration is always symbolized by the term A. So what we understand by the term acceleration? So basically whenever we are talking about our vehicles, or our scooties, so whenever we are moving to the high speed, then we will give the acceleration to the moving vehicle. So acceleration term is basically related, we relate in the practical life or in day-to-day life acceleration term with the high speed, but it is not that. But what is acceleration basically? It is defined as the rate of change of velocity. It is defined as the rate of change of velocity. So again we are having the same phenomena. In the previous cases we are having a speed or the velocity, that is the rate of change of position. So rate of changes, in the speed we are having rate of change of position, in the velocity we are having displacement upon the rate of change of displacement, or we can say that the change of displacement with respect to the time. In the average speed, similar phenomena we are having. So whenever we are talking about the rate of change of velocity, so rate of change of velocity, that means if we see the phenomena we are having, acceleration will be equals to the rate of change of velocity. Rate of change of velocity means, so whenever any of the quantity is basically calculated with respect to the time, so we will add the term rate. Right? So here we are having change in velocity with respect to which quantity? With respect to the time. So we can write down the formula of the acceleration as change in velocity with the time. Now we'll talk about how will we calculate the change in the velocity. So if any of the objects, so see the diagram here, if the any of the object is moving from this point and finally it moves to this point in time t. Suppose at this point the velocity of the object is u. That means object is starting from this velocity. So this velocity is termed as the initial velocity. After t time it attains this velocity. So this velocity is our final velocity, and the final velocity is termed as the v. So at the starting point we are having initial velocity u, and at the final ending point we are having the final velocity v, and the change in the velocity is done during the time t. So change in velocity, according to the formula, change in velocity. So whenever we are calculating the mathematical value of any of the change in the quantity, so all the time we are having the formula for that final minus initial value. So here we are calculating change in the velocity. So here we will calculate final change minus initial change. So in which quantity we are doing the change? In the velocity. So here we are having final velocity minus initial velocity. So according to the formula we can write down here, A is symbolized for the term acceleration, will be equals to the change in velocity. Change in velocity is, we can write down this term change in velocity, that is final velocity minus initial velocity upon the time taken or the time. So we, if we are writing in the term of the formula, so we can write down A will be equals to the V minus U upon T. V minus U upon T. So this is the formula to calculate the value of the acceleration, that is A equals to V minus U upon T. So I hope you can understand, you are understanding the terms initial velocity and the final velocity. Initial velocity is termed as from where our velocity, our journey is starting. So at a particular point, our starting velocity, by which velocity we are starting our journey, that is termed as the, that will gives us the value of the initial velocity, and during the journey we are moving with the velocity that will gives us the value of our final velocity. So here we are having change in the velocity upon time taken for the acceleration. So change, whenever we are calculating the change in any of the quantity, so we are always having final change means final minus initial. Change is always termed as final minus initial. In some specific conditions, under specific condition, we are not using this formula, but in the most of the cases, whenever we are calculating the change in any of the quantities, so always we are having the formula of final minus initial. So here we are calculating the change in the which quantity? Velocity. So here we are having final velocity minus the initial velocity upon the time taken. So A will be equals to the V minus U upon T. Now we will talk about the SI unit of the acceleration. So whenever we are talking about the SI unit, so by the mathematical formula we can calculate the SI unit of any of the quantity. So A will be equals to V minus U upon T. Now V minus U is the difference in the velocity. Difference in the velocity. That means whenever we are calculating this difference, so that difference, this difference will gives us the one value of the velocity. That means if, for example, if we are having the initially we are having starting from the length 1 meter, and final we are having the point here, there we are having the length of the 10 meters. So whenever we are calculating the change in the length, what is the change in the length? So that will be equals to the 10 minus 1 equals to 9 meters. So 9 meter is always, so also a value of the length. Similarly, if initially we are having the speed velocity of the 0 meter per second, and finally we are having the velocity of the 10 meter per second. So whenever we are calculating the change, so 10 meter per second minus 0 meter per second, that means 10 meter per second. So 10 meter per second is also a value of the velocity. That means finally you will get, after the difference of these two quantities, you will get the value of the velocity. So we can write down here A will be equals to the value, the SI unit of the velocity will be equals to the meter per second divided by the time, and time for the time we are having the seconds. So we can write down M will equals to M upon, so this term will be multiplied in the denominator. So S into S, that is the second multiplied by the second, that will gives us the meter per second. So meter per second is the SI unit for the acceleration term. So acceleration, we are having the acceleration. So whenever we are talking about the acceleration is the change in the velocity. We are talking about the change in the velocity. So velocity is the vector quantity. That's why whenever we are calculating the acceleration of the object is also termed as under the classification of the vector quantities. Right? So after that we are having, to understand this phenomena, we are having one numerical here. Suppose an object is starting from the point A, and object starts its journey from the rest. From the rest, it will start its journey. That means at the point A, it is at rest, and from the starting from the rest, it will move through the velocity of the 10 meter per second, and finally it reaches to the point B in 2 seconds. That means at this point we are having object is starting its journey from the rest. So any of the condition, if object in any of the numerical, in any of the given situation, if object is starting its journey from the rest, so all the time you're having the value of the initial velocity will always be equals to the 0 meter per second in all conditions. When particle is starting its journey from the rest, that is u will be equals to the 0 meter per second. Got it? Done? So all the time you have to remember this point. Whenever any of the particle is starting its journey from the rest, so all the time you're having the value of the initial velocity will always be equals to the 0. So in this condition we are having the value of the u will be equals to the 0 meter per second. So finally when it starts its journey, it attains the velocity of the 10 meter per second, and finally it reaches to the point B. So at the final velocity, it attains the velocity of the 10 meter per second. So we are having final velocity will be equals to the 10 meter per second. And during the journey, it will take the time of the 2 seconds. So whenever we are calculating the acceleration of the object, so acceleration is termed as the change in velocity upon the time taken, and change in velocity will always be calculated by the formula final velocity minus the initial velocity. And the final velocity we are having here 10 meter per second minus initial velocity will be equals to the 0 meter per second, and the time to cover the journey will be equals to the 2 seconds. So 10 meter per second minus 0 meter per second upon 2 seconds, that will gives you the value of the acceleration, that will gives you the value of the acceleration that will be equals to the 5 meter per second square. 5 meter per second square. So these are the three topics. Today we have covered these three topics. Now we are having one more example. We are having one more example to understand the phenomena. Before that, we are having some special cases for the acceleration. So in what condition? What are the special cases? In what condition acceleration of the object will be equals to the 0? So whenever object, to understand this special case, we are having the very first condition. At what condition acceleration of the object is 0? So very first point is that when any of the object is at rest, when any of the object is not moving, so the acceleration of the object will always be equals to the 0. Done? Then the second condition is that if object in uniform motion. Uniform motion means the basically the speed or the speed of the object is not changing. Speed of the object or the velocity is the constant. Or we can say that the speed with the same direction. Speed with the same direction. So we can term the speed with the same direction will be the constant velocity. Constant velocity means magnitude as well as the direction is not changing. Magnitude as well as the direction is not changing. Then so whenever object having the constant velocity, in that particular condition the acceleration of the object will always be equal to 0, because to have the condition of the acceleration, change in velocity is compulsory or necessary. If velocity of the object is not changing in that particular condition, finally initially object having the same speed, finally object having the same speed or the velocity, we can say if we are talking about the in the terms of the magnitude. So if of the velocity of the object is not changing, suppose object is moving with 20 kilometer per hour. Object is moving 20 kilometer per hour in the east direction, right? Through the uniform motion. That means it will move from point A with the speed with the value of the 20 kilometer per hour towards the east direction, with the uniform motion. Uniform motion means equal the distance covered in equal interval of time. The equal distance covered in the equal interval of time, that means the constant velocity, it will attain the direction of the object is not changing, as well as the magnitude of the object is also the constant. So the condition is that if any of the object in uniform motion, or we can say that if object having the constant velocity, that means magnitude as well as the direction of the object is not changing. Magnitude of velocity and direction of the object is not changing. In that condition, acceleration of the object will always be equals to the 0. Done. So these two special cases are very important for the concept of the acceleration. All the time we are having maximum time we are having numerical based on these two special cases. So very first condition, when object is at rest, acceleration of the object will be 0. When object is in uniform motion, and or we can say that if object having the constant velocity, then also we are having the constant, we are having the 0 acceleration. Now we are having one example, a car accelerate. We are having one example or the numerical, a car accelerate from the rest to a speed of the 36 kilometer per hour in the 20 seconds. What is the acceleration of the car in meter per second square? So what is the condition here? Object start from rest. So we have already talked about the condition. whenever object is starting from the rest, so all the time we are having initial velocity of the object will always be equals to the 0, and it will move from rest and to a speed of 36 kilometer per hour in 20 seconds. So the time taken will be equals to the 20 second, and final speed, final velocity of the object will be equals to the 36 kilometer per hour. Now the given values are u will be equals to the 0, t will be equals to the 20 seconds. Now v will be equals to the 36 kilometer per hour. But we have to calculate the value of the acceleration in meter per second square. So we have to convert this 36 kilometer per hour into the meter per second. So we have already have the concept of the, in the previous lecture we are having the concept of, we are having the formula of the to change any of the kilometer per hour into the meter per second. So we can directly multiply that quantity with the 5 upon 18. So whenever we are multiply that quantity with the 5 upon 18, so that value will be converted into the meter per second. So 36 into 5 upon 18, that will give you the 10 meter per second. So in meter per second, the speed, the velocity of the object is 10 meter per second. Now we will apply the formula. A will be equals to the v minus u upon t. So value of the v minus u upon t, the value of the v minus u, so the formula for the acceleration will be equals to the v minus u upon t. So when you place all the values in the equation, then you will get the value of the acceleration here. So by placing the value, we will get the value of the acceleration will be equals to 0.5 meter per second. So we are having some special cases of the acceleration. So we'll talk about the special cases of the acceleration in our next class. Now similarly we are having the next example. A plane has takeoff with the speed of 30 kilometer 300 kilometer per hour. What is the acceleration in meter per second of the plane if the plane starts from rest? Now the same condition we are having, and it will take the time of the 45 seconds. So whenever object is starting from the rest, so all the time we are having our initial velocity will be equals to the 0. Finally it will attain the velocity of the 300 kilometer per hour in what time? 45 seconds. So the given values are u will be equals to the 0 kilometer per hour, or we can say that the 0 meter per second. V will be equals to the 300 kilometer per hour, but we have to calculate the value of the acceleration in equation in meter per second square, meter per second square. So we have to convert this value into the meter per second. So by multiplying by 5 upon 18, that value of the velocity will convert into the meter per second. So the time is already given to you, that is the 45 second. So when we place all the equations, all the values in the equation, a equals to v minus u upon t, then we will get the value of the acceleration here. I hope you can solve this numerical to yourself. Then after that we are having the worksheet. So you just try to do the worksheet. Then so we are having very simple question here. So these are the three questions for your worksheet. So that's all for the today. Thank you.